Good morning, everybody. This is Mary Elizabeth with Sacred Love Tarot with your general energy reading for today, March the 25th, 2022. It is 6:11 a.m. Let's see what the cards have to say for us today. Thank you for turning up and tuning in, for liking, subscribing, commenting, hitting the notification button, sharing. You can share if you want to. You can. You can just click on that share thing, copy that link, paste it somewhere else, have people come on over, join the party, have a good time. It helps the channel grow. If they don't like it, they can leave. If they do, they can stick around, write some things in the comments, hit subscribe. They can share. It's a beautiful and wonderful, energetic path of togetherness. So let's see what our cards have to talk about this morning. Oh, we're lighting loads again, you guys. The fairy message today was all about lightening your load too. So a lot of you are limiting yourselves because you're carrying around way too much weight, way too much shit. But you're going from carrying around those burdens to lightening the load. And look, here, carrying around all these burdens, here, flying a little bit higher, those scales of justice, balancing that karmic scales, giving back to those who have helped you out of this mess and this nonsense. The tens are always transformation into something different. So you've been carrying around a lot of shit, and now you've come to the understanding, the conclusion that that shit is no longer yours to carry. So when you lighten the load, how things change. You come into a time of abundance. You're able to help others. You're able to balance some karmic scales. You're able to be open to source and spirit. You're able to be open more to being appreciated, to being loved, to fulfilling responsibilities and obligations that you weren't before because you were holding on to so much stuff. Ooh, and we're doing it from love. Yeah. We got so yeah. So then we have the 5. One more card, please. Let's get out of this 5 mindset, shall we? Okay, I'll take that. A 4. Yeah. All right, I'll take that. So the energy today is this. So we have placed upon ourselves responsibilities and obligations that are not yours. Usually we do that. Usually, you know, we want to be open and help others, but along with our responsibilities and obligations, we take on others' responsibilities and obligations, and then pretty soon we're spinning our plates, their plates, their plates, their plates, and their plates, and we are trying to conquer more than what we are able to. And there comes a point where you go, can't do it anymore. You can't do it anymore. Here's your plate and your plate and your plate and your plate and your plate. Now I have to deal with my shit. So you deal with your shit and you come out of that into a time of working on yourself, giving back, appreciation, allowing yourself the balance of give and take, helping those who have helped you, rising above those limiting beliefs, rising above those unnecessary responsibility and obligations that you have taken on, because we take on shit that we really don't have any reason to take on, right? The McDonald's machine ice cream broke, and now we're all heated up about it, and you want to take on the responsibility of calling customer service and bitching and complaining. Why? because the ice cream machine always broken. You see an injustice somewhere. You want to take on the responsibility and the obligation of fixing it. But even though you don't know how to fix it, you still take on the energy of that responsibility. You're going to complain about it. I'm still complaining and bitching that my favorite restaurant down the street stopped selling taquitos, and every time I order from them, I always bitch about it. So I carry that energy with me, and it becomes sometimes that energy, type of energy, piles up. And pretty soon you're carrying around shit that don't matter. It doesn't matter. The ice cream machine at McDonald's doesn't matter. The taquitos doesn't matter. You know, you sit on the couch and you're bombarded by this and politics and war and drugs and carjackings and this and this and this. And yes, we can bitch about it. And yes, we can scream at the TV. And yes, we can sit around in a circle and talk to our friends about the injustices of the world. But in reality, is there anything that you can do? You're carrying the burden with you of the energy of what's happening in the world around you. But have you stopped to think, is there anything that I can physically do about this injustice of the world? If there isn't, then why am I carrying this burden? Sure, you can care. Sure, you can have empathy. Sure, you can have compassion for what is going on. But the burdens that you are carrying are for naught, because there isn't anything that you can do physically to change what is happening. You can't go there. You can't interject yourself in a war. You can't interject yourself in the irrationality of politics. You can't inject yourself in the awfulness of people unnecessarily dying, and the nonsense of violence and hate and judgment, and it's just all of that energy, all of that irrational, chaotic energy. You can't physically go and say, stop carjacking people, stop smashing windows and grabbing millions of dollars worth of jewelry, stop shooting people up, stop vandalizing, stop killing, stop this, stop that, stop. Because the way things are today, if you were to project yourself physically into that, the probability of the backlash is the backlash of you getting hurt, dying, being thrown in a prison with a dirt floor somewhere and being fed rotten apples. I don't know. I'm just saying that the weight of what you are carrying around unnecessarily is weighing you down and not allowing you to be in a place of appreciation for self or appreciation for others, or being able to give back in some way. So lighten that load and think about what you can do to give back, and come at it from a way of compassion and empathy, not from a way of, this is my burden to carry because I live on this planet, or my ancestors were a part of this, or my whatever was a part of that. That yes, that is a way to come at it, but that way is going to be quite burdensome for you and not allow you to really express yourself from a mindset of compassion and empathy and love, right? There's many battles out there in this world for you to fight. Which ones are you willing to sacrifice yourself to fight, right? So you're being guided to kind of lay down with it, take a step back from it, to really think about it. I mean, if you're gung-ho about going into some place and doing something, to you that may seem rational, but to others may seem irrational because of the chaos surrounded by it, what are you willing to sacrifice? I mean, you're thinking about it, but what are you willing to sacrifice to balance the scales of justice, or balance the scales of karma. Or, I mean, perhaps maybe in your past life, there was something that you could have done about something and you dropped the ball, and now in this lifetime you think that your responsibility is to save the world from the injustices and the evil villains. And it's not that simple. It's not that simple. You could sit on your couch and say, this is what I would do, this is what I would do, this is what I would do, but until you're in the thick of it, this is what I would do is just a comment, or just a thought, or just a, you know, a, gee, okay. It's just a solution from someone sitting on a couch on the other side of a TV when things are, you know, happening, you know, thousands of miles away. So if you want to go out in your community and try to make a difference, you know, that's good, but you're not conquering the world here. That's not happening. So release all of those burdens and give yourself some time, give yourself some love, give yourself some peace of mind, give yourself some, you know, some self-care, self-love. Speak your truth if you have to. Scream it to the top of your lungs out into the world. But it's time to rest and rejuvenate. It's time, you know, you're coming into a time of blessings. You're coming into a time of cornucopia. You're coming into a time of transformation for yourself. Speaking your truth is great. Having the answers is wonderful, but you have a home. You have, you know, blessings coming in when you release those burdens. So why jeopardize that? Why jeopardize that by wanting to, I don't know, it just seems pretty intense. It just seems pretty it's just, you know, we all want to be someone's hero. We all, you know, I keep seeing this thing, heroes don't wear capes. Not all heroes wear capes. And yes, that is the truth. But I kind of feel that you could do a lot more good by speaking your truth and using your voice than you could running off at the hilt and, you know, fighting battles that at this moment in time are undefeatable. Right? So think about that. Rest and rejuvenate. Speak your truth. Allow the answers to come in time as you're resting, as you're speaking, talking to spirit. Allow these blessings to come to you. You know, your home, your life, your children, your family. It's all such a beautiful blessing, and there's more to come. Don't jeopardize that by, you know, going out and fighting the battles of other people who, I don't know, I mean, ask yourself, would they do the same, you know? And this could be, you know, this could be something simple as, you know, fighting the battle for a friend, or fighting the battle, you know, for someone you feel is getting the short end of the stick. And it's great to speak your truth and to speak up for someone, but at what cost are you willing to fight that battle for them? Right? I mean, you could speak up for them. You can say, you know, come from a place of love and compassion and say how you feel. But are you willing to sacrifice your home? Are you willing to sacrifice your job? Are you willing to sacrifice money? Are you willing to sacrifice your life in some cases for the injustices of a friend, the injustices of that stranger down the street, the injustices of, you know, so a lot comes from speaking truth. It doesn't have to be, you know, this battle of a desire to conquer the world. And I may be rambling here, but I just feel there's so much left unsaid, and there's a lot of scattered energy. You know, some of you wanting to be in that energy of giving back and fighting those injustices, but I don't think you've really put yourself in a mindset and sat down and said, at what cost will this come to me and my family by taking on this burden and fighting this fight? It's noble that you want to do it, but have you thought about the consequences of it? So, I mean, we have speaking your truth here. We have resting and rejuvenating and getting the answers here. But we also have these blessings coming to you, your home, your family. Are you willing to jeopardize this to fight someone else's fight? Are you willing to jeopardize this to be a part of a movement, right? So the answers will come, and you can speak your truth, and you can say what needs to be said. But make sure that what you're doing and how you're doing it doesn't affect the blessings that are coming in. It doesn't affect your family. It doesn't affect in a negative way. So yeah, that is the very interesting energy reading for today. Know that you are divinely guided and loved, and thank you so very much for allowing me to do this for you. Until next time, take care of you.